What is up, everyone? This is Omegabalmung here with another week of comics. As of course, with the new comics, I'm doing a new little thing where I do 3 comics that I enjoyed this week, but at the same time I'm also showing you guys what comics I have picked up, back issues, new issues, and stuff like that. So pretty happy about that. I think that's better than explaining like 30 minutes of books to you guys, and you guys could just look at the covers, and you always could look up online to see reviews and stuff like that. So for me, I'm just going with this format. It's easier than that. Just to tell you guys, it is the 4th of July, so stay safe, and as usual, eat a lot. Go out and barbecue, shoot some fireworks, awesome stuff. So anyways, I wanted to go to my comics book store today. They have this 4th of July sale. They're doing 50% off back issues, so I'm like, I might have to go do that. But I woke up late and I had to go do some yard work. So fortunately, I'm not going today, but it is until Monday. So go ahead and check out if you're in Minnesota, Captain Jack's. That's in Bloomington, so that's about 30-minute drive for me. And like I said, it's later now. I don't want to come back in around like 3 or 4 where there's traffic, so I don't want to be stuck in traffic for like an hour and a half, 2 hours. So I really go on Saturday. But anyways, like I said, go out and check out different comic book stores. They might have cool little discounts on comics and stuff like that. So have fun and stay safe, of course. Anyways, first up, like I said, I'm going to go through all the new comic books. Then I'm going to go through the 3 books that I think you guys should pick up, that I definitely enjoy and I think you guys should pick up. So first of all, it is Vampira issue 2. And these are not the books yet. I'm usually at the end. That's when I do the top 3. The thing's called Enormous from Think Bigger, issue 1. That's some pretty cool artwork. I didn't get a chance to really read through it yet, but it definitely has some freaking awesome artwork, and it looks awesome. That's all I'm gonna say. The way they drew it, I think there's like a dragon or something. The way they drew that looks freaking awesome, and it's a pretty big, hefty book. So you might have to. I know it won't fit in my regular what are they called, poly bag. So I have to use the bigger ones for that. Next up is issue 7 of Superman Unchained, which caught me off guard because I thought that it was really a part of the Superman Doom storyline, but it isn't. So I was reading through it, I'm like, where's my Superman Doom? But fortunately, like I said, this is not part of it. This is with Scott Snyder and Jim Lee. So and they come out like once every month, I think so. As far as I remember, it's very slow. I wish they'd pick up a little bit on that, but like I said, it's not part of the Superman Doom. So. Next up is Batman Superman issue 12. You get a little bit of what is happening. They're kind of changing the past again. They're talking about, like, if you remember from issue 3 or 4, where they were talking about how they were. I think it was those issues where they were fighting against their older self. I think it was their older self, and now they're back there again. But this time they could kind of change the fate of some of these, some of the past, or this is future Batman, Superman, and whoever's there. So next up is Batman Eternal issue 13. A lot of monologue in this one, and there's just a lot of talking. So between Gordon and his son. So he's telling them just some pretty cool stuff. They're like, oh yeah, I plan all this. So next up is Iron Fist, The Living Weapon from Marvel, issue 4. And I love the artwork in this, Iron Fist. Mostly the fact that, and it's kind of slow in this issue, so hopefully it picks up, because at the end of this book, something happens, and hopefully that picks up a bit. So I think the past 2 issues for Iron Fist have been a little bit slow. Next up is Original Sin, issue 5. And then you get a look at some of the cool stuff about Nick Fury, old Nick Fury, not the newer Ultimate, I guess. Nick Fury, but you see it, you talk to him and stuff like that. There is one scene in there that was pretty funny. He's talking about how he's been doing all these things, been like this agent who's been, killing these people, left and right because he has to. And there's one scene where, he's looking down his iron sight, his scope, his sniper scope, and he's like, maybe I shouldn't kill this guy. And they're like, what's wrong? He's like, I believe that he's going to be a pretty good. He's kind of weird, but I think he's going to be a good guy. And then you see Spider-Man swinging, so he had a chance to shoot Spider-Man, so that's pretty awesome. That's pretty funny. Next up is Action Comics, issue 33. And up after that is Guardians of the Galaxy, Most Wanted. This is issue 1. I don't know if they're rebranding it or renumbering it. That's what it is. This is about Rocket Raccoon and Groot in here, and it's pretty funny stuff. So hijinks that goes on in this one issue. Next up is a Legendary Star-Lord issue 1. There you go. And this is a pretty cool book. I couldn't really. It was like really a toss-up between what I wanted to be in the top 3. This could have been it. Like literally, the one that I wanted was like just a tad bit. I thought a little bit better. Some people might think different, but totally like literally, it was just like so close. So yeah, that's issue 1 for Legendary Star-Lord. I think they have different issues. The comic book store that I went to didn't have Rocket Raccoon as far as I've seen, which is disappointing. But tomorrow I'll probably have to go pick it up at a different one. So, but unfortunately I didn't get to see Rocket Raccoon or read through it. I heard it's pretty good and pretty funny stuff. So that is what it is. And next up is the top 3 comic books of this week that I would recommend for you guys to go and read. First up it was between this one and Star-Lord. And I have to go with, because I can't really have all 3 Marvel books in this top 3, so I was like, oh, and I had a feel, and of course, it's let me show you guys it first. Issue 9 for Future's End. Like I said, I've been a little bit disappointed with this book. It's been very slow and just kind of moving along slowly. I think this issue is a lot better than the other ones, the other 8 issues. This one has a little bit of action. You get a little bit of a scene where the grifter, he's taken into where the Olmecs are, and you see Slade there and the little girl. I don't remember what the little girl's name was, and you kind of see what is going on. I think it was Cadmus, and you see that they are going around and capturing all these superhuman or superhero villain. And putting them in Cadmus, so they can't leave. If you remember what was happening in the beginning of where they're introducing that part where the Olmec was, and I think they killed one of the super powered human. This is where they're all jailed in there. You see like Mr. Miracle, you see Power Girl, and there's just a whole bunch of like superhuman heroes, villains, whatever, captured in there. So we don't know what they're going to do with them. Probably brainwash them, help them fight. I don't know, whatever. But pretty cool stuff. You see a little bit of action scene between Superman and whoever this person was. I don't remember what the villain's name was. And then you see a little bit between Frankenstein and remember they went to go and check out. Totally forgot what that ship was called. Where Hawkman and them were. They pretty much grabbed Hawkman and he's like, oh yeah, his body's still intact and whatnot. And then they take him into their ship and they're like doing like all these work on him, and then he comes alive. He's like, give me my arm, because he got all that nymph metal in him is making him stronger. And there's one part where he's like, I don't even know if I can die. So pretty cool stuff. And then you get a little bit of Terry McGinnis, of course, Batman Beyond. He goes and pretty much it ends off with that where he walks into where Red Robin is, and who knows what's going to happen. So we'll see what happens next. I'm looking forward to issue 10. Hopefully we get a little bit of that. This issue that really was really good. So one of my, of course, top 3. Next up, I want to go with Spider-Man, the Ultimate Spider-Man, Miles Morales, issue 3, and this one follows up from the last issue. You have Miles telling his girlfriend that, you know, he's Spider-Man, and then she kind of just runs away, and then he gets pretty much called up on with the cops and stuff like that. And then it's a pretty quick issue. I don't think there's much going on in this issue. You see Osborn is back. You see at the end of this book where he's like fighting against this guy here. Am I pointing at the right direction? This guy here. He's really, and then he kind of looks. He's like, "Oh snap! This is where Peter Parker died," and you know, and he's pretty much going to be fighting for his life. So we'll have to see what happens next in the next issue. Pretty awesome issue. I think the Spider-Man ones are pretty good. Ultimate Spider-Man ones, at least. The Amazing Spider-Man ones are a little bit, but I'm also a big fan of the artwork too. So it helps a lot. And last is Marvel's 100th anniversary. Fantastic Four, issue 1. If I remember right, they're going to have a bunch of these 100th anniversary thing going on for different books. I remember seeing Spider-Man. I think there's one for Guardians of the Galaxy, and maybe a few other ones. But on this one, you have a look into the future. You have pretty much the Fantastic Four are pretty much gone, and they've been swooped away by this machine, I guess, or being launched to a different universe or something like that. And you see a little bit of what the future might hold for the Fantastic Four. And then you see them get called back, which is pretty awesome stuff. And then they battle against these, these ships or these robots that are pretty much like, oh yeah, you're not supposed to be here, or you're not, you've been summoned to come here and you're not supposed to be here. So pretty cool stuff. You got a lot of action scenes towards the end. You see a little bit of Sue and them, and then like when they come back, it's pretty awesome. Like they're pretty much almost the same age as when they left in the beginning, but everybody else has kind of grown older. So, and then you see some pretty cool stuff. So, and the artwork in there is freaking awesome. I gotta guarantee you, this is probably for this week. This is probably the book that I would definitely pick up. Pretty awesome stuff to see. What the future might hold for a lot of these heroes that we see all the time. So pretty awesome stuff. And next up, of course, is always the back issues. Fortunately, I got a lot. So first up is Savage Hulk issue 1. This actually came out like last week. I didn't really see this one when I was at the comic book store. Either that or I must have just missed it. So I decided to pick it up. I'm like, oh, Savage Hulk, and he has some cool artwork. You have the old school X-Men on the front there with Cyclops, Jean Grey, Phoenix. You have Beast, Iceman, and Archangel. So pretty cool stuff. Next up is a lot of books, a lot of Superman books. First up is Superman 206. And then we have Superman 207. Then we have Superman 209. And the reason why I don't have like 208 or let's see, 208 is because I already have that one. So a lot of these I kind of just picked up on a whim, and I'm like, oh, let me get this, and now I just ordered a bunch of these. So this one's pretty awesome stuff because I'm a big fan of Jim Lee too, so I had to pick it up. Superman 212. Superman 213. I just got these in yesterday, so I haven't read through them yet. So I'm looking forward to reading through them. And then Superman 213. This was 214. And then Superman 215. Alright. Next up I have Superman issue 4 from the New 52. Then I also have Superman issue 3 from the New 52. Then I have, let's go with this, not Superman, Batman 611 from not the New 52, but this is in that Hush arc. So I'm going through the comics. I'm not buying the trade, so I'm just going to get the comics. So they're a little cheaper. There's a few of them that are a little bit more expensive, like I think 212, 213, 214. Those are pretty expensive. So, but anyways, I'm a big fan of just single issues. I'm not a big fan of going trade unless I can't really, I really don't want to spend like $80 on one issue, like the Futures Past. Batman issue 610. I don't know why I'm going backwards, but it is what it is, I guess. And then Batman's issue 609. And then last is Action Comics. It's the new 52 Action Comics issue 5, which is, I think this one's a variant cover. Anyways, that is it for this week. Like I said before, go out and have some fun. Not too much fun. Don't get yourself hurt. Just have fun. Chill with family. Eat out. Do whatever you guys want to do. Just remember, just get out of the house. Have some fun. Anyways, happy 4th of July. And I'll see everybody next week.